Hi students, in the last video we learned what is the importance of these four stages, right? So in this video we are going to learn one by one, okay? So we'll focus on the stage 1 first, okay? So let's focus on this stage 1, okay? So data type. So why the stage 1? Data is very important, okay? In any program, the any program is completely depends on what type of data we are handling, okay? So we should learn the data type selection, okay? So I will provide some scenarios also, okay? It will help you to compare the sorry to compare your skills with the real time scenarios, okay? Let's start with the data types. So these are the data types we will get in Python. So in general, these two in generally we will see like numbers, sorry, names like alpha characters, alphabetical characters, A, B, C, and if you take my name like Sai, it will call a group of characters. Basically, it's a strings. Okay, and also in real world we'll see the numbers like 0, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, okay, and float numbers like 1.2, 1.5, 2.2. So this call we call these numbers, okay, and if we don't have the fractional numbers, fractional, then we call them integers. If we have the fractionals, then we call them floats. That's it. So these two we see in the real world, characters and numbers. But what about this? So these are the special data types in Python. So if you want to take a group of data, so you have to select the list, like list. So the list represents using the square brackets, same like tuples also in parentheses. So the list you will take inside the square brackets and the tuple will take inside the parentheses. But here this two, okay, this two acts like a, it contains the group of data, okay, group of data. Both data types, list, tuples, contains the sequence of data. So here sequence of data is nothing but like you can take here numbers, okay, numbers and strings, okay, and list of list, tuples, okay, any type of all these type of data you can take inside the list, no problem. Here also, okay, sequence of data. So to represents the list, you have to use the list, and to represents the tuples, you have to take the parenthesis. If these two data types gives the same features, then why we have two types here? We can take simply list now. Why we take the tuple? Okay. So the main difference is once you create the data, okay, once you create the data here, you can edit this data after creation. So that's that facility you will get in the list. Once you created the data in the tuple, you can't edit the data. Okay, that means it's immutable. So meaning is means fixed. You can't make it any changes in the data. So scenario like some type of data you have to update after creation. So in that situation, you have to take the list. Some data you should not update. Okay, after creation. In that situation, you have to select the tuple. That's it. So when so in which situation you have to select the tuple, in which situation you have to select the sorry list, and in which situation you have to select the tuple. It's completely depends on the data. It completely depends on the data requirement. So if you want edit the data, you have to select the list. If you don't want to edit anything, you have to select the tuple. That's it. Okay. And come to the dictionary. So this dictionary gives the feature like, I'll give one example simply. A is equal to 30, B is equal to 1, C is equal to A. So if you see this data, do you get any meaningful understand? No. So what is this 30? So this value is belongs to what? What is the 1? This value is belongs to what? What is the meaning of this 30? What is the meaning of this one? What is the meaning of this A? So to avoid this confusion, in Python they introduced one type of data. It's called a dictionary. So here in the dictionary, if you want to represent the dictionary, you have to take this curly braces. Okay. So here to make this meaningful, for example, I am taking like age 30, and for this one rank is 1, C class A. Okay, if you see this data and this data, okay, you can easily identify this data is belongs to a student, but this is little bit tough to understand this. Okay, so in this, so now you understand, right? Wherever you want to make it like a key and value pair data, okay, you have to select the dictionary. So most of our real time data is in this format, dictionary format. Okay, and this is the feature. Okay, now coming to the sets. So we have another data type in Python. So what type of feature it provides? This feature, you know, the list provides the data manipulations, data update, create, insert, delete, and you know the tuples. This feature is like you don't want to update any data after creation, you have to select this tuples. And dictionary, if you want the data in the key and value format, you have to select this dictionary. So what about this set? So set has a special feature like it will not allow the duplicates. Okay, to make unique data, okay, to make unique data, then you have to select the set of 1, 2, 3. So if you take set of 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 2, then the result it will store like 1 comma 2 only. Okay, you understood, right? So so to understand more features about the each data type, let's focus on this area. Okay, so I divided the the above data types in two groups. Okay, there are two groups. So one is immutable, one is mutable. So just the meaning of immutable means we cannot update the data. That's it. We cannot update the data after creating the data. So here cannot be changed after creation. Once you create the data, you cannot modify this data. So if you want to modify the data after creation, then you have to select the type is m- mutable data types. So in this group, immutable data types, so if you see the integer, float, string, tuple, and frozen thread, you can't make it update after your creation. So for example, it looks like example 510, float values, fractional values, strings, a group of characters, we call it strings, and tuple, see, tuple data. So 1, 2, 3, ABC, and frozen set. So this data you cannot make after you create after your creation. Okay, so wherever the situation comes like, so the data I have to take in future I don't want to update, then you have to select this. And wherever in future this area after creation, if you want to update or if you want to do any data manipulation related, then you have to select the mutable data. Okay, so mutable data means after you creation the data, you can modify, you can delete, you can update. Okay, you can do anything. You can apply any data manipulations on this data. So in this group, it comes list, dictionary, set, binary. So if you see the list, so list follows the order collection. So list follow the order of collection items. Okay. So for example, in the list, if you want the order and okay, one scenario like you want the order. Okay, you want the order and data should be modification. Okay, order sorry, your requirement is like order and data should be modification. Then what type of data you have to select in this? So you have to choose the list. So list is giving the order and you can also update this data because it comes under the mutable data. Dictionary data I already explained. This gives the key and value pair combination. Okay, and set data, set is like a unordered. So dictionary is following the order and we apply data manipulation, but set is not. Set gives the unique elements. In the list you can take the duplicates, but in the set you can't take the, okay, you can't take duplicates. But if you want the order you have to select the list. If you don't want the order, then you have to select the set. Simple. So here in this scenario I want to add one more uh, one more feature, like I don't want to duplicates. I don't want the duplicates. So order is not required. Order is not required. So I don't want the order and modification is required and I don't want the duplicates. Then you have to select the set type of data. Okay, you understood, right? Let's take one scenario, okay, to understand more. Okay, I have some scenarios, okay, to understand in depth how to use this Python data types. Let's see. Okay, let's say this scenario, like shopping cart scenario. You are building a shopping cart feature for an e-commerce app. For example, each item you need to store the following item name: laptop, price, quantity, unique identity, page associated. Now tell me what type of data is suitable to select the item name, price, quantity, and unique identifier. So here in the question, which data type would you choose for each attribute and why? How would you structure a collection of these items in the shopping cart? For example, would you use a list or dictionary to hold multiple items? Okay, let's take this. Uh, so in the stage one, you know, in the stage one, you know what type of data we have, right? These data types we have in Python. Now select the proper data type here. Let's see here, item name. So item name they mentioned here laptop. So what is the best data type? It's a string. So you can select string. If you see the price 1899.99. So you are getting the fractional number, dot fractional number. So what type of data is good? Like float. Okay. And if you see the quantity, quantity is like example 2. 2 is nothing but integer. Okay, and unique identifier number, SKA number is giving, so you can take the SKA number in the integer format. And tag associated with the product, example electronics each. So so electronics, it's called tag. So tag is nothing but like uh, electronics tech. So you can take the electronics tech is there, right? You can take like STR. And for example, would you use a list or a dictionary to hold multiple items? This is a question they raised. Okay. So I'll tell you what is the exact meaning of this. Okay. Let's go to the program. Data types. So in data types, let's take item name. Item underscore name. So item name, what he is telling, laptop, laptop, and price. Here is the price is equal to some number he is giving 8999.9. and quantity. Quantity is equal to 2. Quantity is equal to 2. Quantity equal to 2 and unique identifier number. Unique unique ID is equal to. So what data type we want to take? Integer number. So I'm taking like 1 1 2 2 3 3 and tag associated with the product like category. Category is equal to electronics. Elec- Electronics. Okay. Now actually we have this data, right? So this all data belongs to a single product, right? So this all data belongs to a single product. So what I have to do here? Here I have the data, okay, individual. Okay, I want to make it a group. Okay, so to make the group, okay, so to make the group, what type of data I have to select here? Now I have the individual data like strings, numbers are individual data. So to make this data group like a sequential data, so I can select a list, tuple, dictionary, set, boolean. Okay, based on my requirement. Here I am going to select the list. Okay. Now take all this data into a list. Okay, directly like laptop price to this number and this one. So I will make like product one. Okay, product one. See here, here we took the individual, but here a group of products. Sorry, a group of a sequential data. These all data belongs to a particular product. So I can take multiple products here. Product one, product two, product three, product four. Sorry, product four, product four. But the question is here, what he is trying to say. For example, would you use a list or dictionary to hold multiple items? Okay, so you can choose list. Okay, but the problem is here if you choose this list type, but it will make you some confusion like what is the value? What is the this value is belongs to what? And this value is belongs to what? This value is belongs to what? So we can take this data in the dictionary format. For example, product one. So here I am going to take the key and value. So here I am taking this key. Okay, laptop price price quantity to unique ID. Unique ID double one, double two, double three, and product and category. Let me take. So the question is here how you want to take the product. So you want to take the product in the dictionary format, or you want to take the product data in the list format, or you want to take the product data in the individual format. So here you can create multiple products. Okay, So the difference is like here, people easily can identify this type of data. Okay, for example, here what is the laptop? It's a item name. So what is the 899? It's a price. What is the quantity? It's a quantity of the products. Okay, so here also you can take the data like this. Okay, now you understand, right? This is the shopping cart scenario. You can build a structure like this. Now go to the second one, student grade management system. So you are developing a system to manage student grades in a different subject. For example, for each student you need to store, so full name, it's a string. Okay, let's take again, full name, it's a string. Grade in subject maths, English, so it's a integer value. So marks, average grade, it's a fractional value. So attendance status, present or absent, you can take like boolean. So now what data type would be appropriate for each of these attributes? We already taken. Next, how would you structure a record of all students, and what type would you use for storing grades by subject for each student? Right? So you can take either dictionary or list, or you can take it individual. Okay? So it's completely depends on you. So like that we have, there are number of scenarios you can practice on the data types. Okay, also also these are the scenarios I will give you, you can download. Okay, so in the description I will provide the link, you can download it. Also like so for example scenarios, okay, you can compare analysis of data types active. Okay, which data types could work, and what are the traits of, so there are, and also each each data type contains its own inbuilt function. Okay, so there are these are the list of inbuilt functions that contains each data type. So if you see integer float, you will not get more inbuilt functions, because this integer and float, these are like immutable. So immutable means we cannot update the data, even tuples also. Okay, so tuple also doesn't contain the inbuilt functions. Okay, so you can, if you see the strings, you will get large number of inbuilt functions. I will provide this Excel sheet, so you just see what are the inbuilt functions that contains the each data type. Okay, and how it is useful. For example, in the list, if you want to add a new element, okay, you have to use this inbuilt function append. Why this list function contains these many inbuilt functions? Because list is a mutable. You know, right? What is the meaning of mutable? Okay. So I will provide these documents just to practice all these concepts. Then you will cover the stage one. So it's very simple. Data types. You just understand. The main thing is just understand what type of data you have to select based on your scenarios. Okay, I already explained you what is the scenario. Okay, just read some document. Okay, these documents. So in which situation you have to select what type of data. Okay, you will get the, you will get some understanding. Now stage one is completed. Now you know, now you know the strings. Okay, what is the, what type of data you have to select for your scenarios. Okay, so I'll provide the documents, scenario documents, and inbuilt inbuilt functions. Okay, inbuilt functions. So based on these two, you will understand So what type of data you have to select and how do you format the data. Okay, right. Thank you. We will see in the next video operators. So I will, yeah, here my concept is like I just give the guidance how to use the concepts. Okay, let's go to the data operators in the next video. Thank you.